I've had this 14 months and it washes fine. As long as the sprinkler can hit whatever it's meant to be hitting, it's sprinkling up the way. There's a small sprinkler on the top as well, but you only get about 5% from that, I would say. My camera has problems with the flashing. It's only blinking once per second, I would say, so ignore it continually flashing like that. The inlet pipe is meant to be blue. It's a cold fill, so it should be a blue. It doesn't actually matter because a pipe's a pipe, but I'm just telling you that it's a cold fill. It's a 5 litre tank. Ignore these sort of marks. That's me with my black whiteboard marker pen. I'm sure I'll get that off, but I haven't been able to so far. I've just done that in the last 10 minutes. I've got 3 main things to say. It washes fine, so that's good. Mostly from underneath, 95%. But it's very tight, and it seems to all come down to dinner plates. There's a big question. This is a 28cm one, and it doesn't fit. I can get it in that way, but I would say the maximum is 25cm. Remember, these are all plastic, so it might not be the same for crockery. It might be heavier and wider, and also you've got your whatever your groove is, and yeah, you've got to think about things like that, but I would say 25. Above you've got to avoid that, and there's a sort of bit there as well, but with 25, that's a 25 plate, I'm avoiding it, but you've got to be careful. I do believe that means Cookology Mini Dishwasher. I don't know what the W means. 2 places, so it's meant for, like, well, they say 2 things, but not dinner plates obviously, but I think most people should be looking at the W3 because it's got another 4cm of height. In this video I keep saying the W3 is 4cm higher, but the Cookology website says it's 3cm higher, so each time I say 4cm, I actually mean 3cm. I'm talking about height. And that might be enough to get a typical dinner plate in, like around about 28cm. You'll need to check that for yourself, but that's what I think. But Cookology do a lot of tabletop dishwashers. If you check their website, they do 5 places, 3 places, 6 places. I mean, probably if I was buying one now, I probably would buy the 3 place one. That would be the W3, but I would even consider 5 places. It depends. First of all, you want a dinner plate to get in, and then you want to know what else you can get in, like pots and pans and stuff. I mean, you can get a frying pan into this. And my final main point would be, whatever you do, get a dishwasher. A dishwasher is as essential as a washing machine in my opinion. To be liberated from washing the dishes is incredible. And also, I think you're using less water in general, possibly even less electricity, I'm not sure. It depends, but yeah, definitely get one. It's as essential as a washing machine. Dishwasher tablets have really moved on. In the old days you used to have to buy 3 different things: detergent, salt and rinse aid for the glass, I think. But now they all sort of come in 3-in-1 things, and really you can use this for this. Even in the rapid wash I use it, because I only really use the rapid wash, which is about 29 minutes, and this always dissolves, and you don't even need to take this paper off in the modern ones because that dissolves as well. I wrote that, by the way. See, it's got a little bit there, you sort of go like that, but really I just put it in there like that because it just falls out anyway. So that's how I do it anyway. The window at the front here's got a small hole. I think it's to let condensation out. Maybe it's double glazed. The cutlery is meant to go in here. That clips off. I don't actually tend to use that. I use a basket. This isn't my ideal one. I got this from IKEA for £3. I've not found my ideal one yet. I prefer it to be plastic with lots of holes, especially underneath. I don't know if a safe space, but it feels like it. There's 3 ways to fill the water tank. Cookology website explains it well. One is manual and the other 2 are the automatic, a variation of the same thing. Manually is here. It's a 5 litre water tank. This isn't the jug that came with it. You do get a jug. Don't worry if you spill, although it's better if you don't, of course. It beeps when it's full. When I did manually fill, I used to take that off. Just go like that. It's not as if any big things are going to burn my water. This is the back. This is the electric plug cable. That's the wastewater. We all need that. We all need the electric plug cable. And this is the inlet valve for an automatic fill. And it doesn't, that's not attached when you get it. And you don't need it if you're only filling manually. It's only if you want to autofill that you need that. If you're only using manual, it would be like that. It's got a stopper on it, but nothing really comes out. Everyone needs the waste pipe though. The website suggests 2 ways to autofill. Both of them involve attaching an inlet hose like this. This is just the same as a washing machine one. Remember, it's cold fill. This should be blue. This is one I bought myself. They didn't have blue in stock. It's a 3/4 inch connection, and I've got it attached to my cold water supply. Check the Cookology website about the 3 ways they suggest to connect, but here I'm connecting it directly to my cold water supply. Remember, that's meant to be blue. It's cold water. Don't worry, you don't need to saw into your pipe. You'll need a T-valve like this, and you'll need it's what they use for washing machines usually, and you can either connect it near your tap or near your washing machine inlet valve probably. This is the hose pipe that came with it for the inlet valve. I bought this because it's longer. And there's my T-valve there. I can switch it off and on. It's off at the moment, or else it'll go all over. No, I won't. I've got it hooked up. There we go. So that's a T-valve. There and there. That's going to my tap up above. Or you can put a diverter valve on your tap if it's near enough. But mine's is broke. Mine's is plastic and broke. I'm getting a zinc one. It is just a T-valve really, but that's 1/2 inch, and I had to get a 3/4 inch adapter like this, which I got off a cheap garden hose thing in a shop. A garden hose spare part thing. It was about £1.50. It wasn't just this, it was the whole top head bit for a basic garden hose. That's 3/4 to 1/2 inch, and the reason is that they're selling this at 1/2 inch size. That's 1/2 inch in there, and it's 3/4 on the other side. That was ideal, but it was too tight there, and eventually my plastic gave way, so I've ordered a zinc one. This is the inlet hose that came with it, so it'd be like that. And that was attached to my tap, and then that's it going through there, that's it going off. Usually I left it like that. I actually used this to as the main thing to switch my tap on and off. It was more convenient actually, because it meant I was turning my tap on and off here really, rather than down there, looking for that. I kept that on all the time, on cold. To do that right, I would probably need to drill a hole in this, or my thing. So I've just left it like that, with the door ajar slightly. There's my drain pipe in the sink. I'm using that at the moment. That was just a bit too flimsy, but you get the idea. I'll cut some of it off eventually. Technically, you could just use a bucket if you wanted, you know. You could put this in a cupboard as long as it's got an electric socket. Fill it up manually and put the drain pipe in a bucket. The first time you connect that, make sure you've got it sealed up at the back. Check for any drips, you know, after first use. After that it should be okay, because you'll probably tighten it up as much as it's needed. As for putting stuff in, it's like Jenga, you know. As long as the water hits whatever you're wanting it to wash, it'll wash. I'd probably put a piece of thing down here. You don't want anything to fall through down to the sprinkler. That is rule number one. And you don't want anything to hit the one up here either. I tend to use a basket. Just, I don't know if it saves space, but it feels like it. As for the rack, I'm not very happy with it, because this one doesn't really fit most stuff if it's got a curved edge. So that one's a dud really. That one's okay, that one's okay, that one's okay. That one makes it lean forward a bit. I don't know whether they're all like this or it's just mine. That one's not very good either, it's leaning forward. So a lot of these seem to be duds really. You can flatten the rail if you want, just folds down like that. You could try other racks. I tried this one from IKEA, but the gaps are just a bit too big and it moves a bit, but a plate's not going to fall through, so that's my hope anyway. As long as nothing gets through the sprinkler bit. I don't know, I took this back out, so I can't remember how that experiment went. So the basket, I would say you've got about 1 foot of space, maybe 31 centimetres of length. Width about 27 centimetres, 26 centimetres. And height, a dinner plate of about 25 centimetres, even though that's sloped. It still fits if I keep it upright. So about maybe 25 centimetres, 26 if you're lucky. Any bigger plate you could always turn like that. Remember, you've got to avoid this up here as well. That sprays water a bit, only a tiny amount, but it's in the way. A 25 centimetre plate hits. There's also a bit at the back there, sticks in. But apart from that, it's all clear. It rolls right out. The sprinkler comes off and you want to clean it or whatever. There was a bit of trickery to it. Don't break it, whatever you do. It's just two sort of clips. Don't break it. Clippy. This is the filter. I'll never even check this. I could maybe do with giving that a bit of a clean. There's the top hat. That catches any big things, you know, vegetables or whatever. I hardly clean it now. At first I was scared. I was petrified. Now it just works. There we go, it's slipping. Sort of clicks into place. I think this is where you might put your salt, but with these 3-in-1 tablets you don't need salt separately, so I've never used it. These are magnetic contacts. So my basket has holes underneath. Alright, it's showtime. I'm just putting that there. There's the programs. Here's the programs. Most of us will probably use program 3, the rapid wash. 29 minutes, doesn't dry them very much. Most of the time I find, I use it all the time really. Program 1 is the eco mode, which is 2 hours 40, so that's a bit surprising. It's the longest out of a lot of them. I don't think I've even used it. Program 2 is the, well, what I would call the normal wash, 1 hour. Probably a lot of drying going on. Most of us, I think, will use program 3. And I don't even know what program 4 is. Maybe it's the glass one, but I'm really not sure at all. So I'll put it to program 3, because that's where most of us will be. That little thing means it's still to be filled up. And these functions are added things. That's something to do with, it does away with mildew and smells and things. I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe it's a tiny fan that works whenever it's switched on. Something like that. So it's a good thing probably to have on, but it seems to switch off automatically. For other programs, there's an additional thing, which I can't remember what that is actually. So you can have 2 on at the same time, but not for the rapid wash. Most of us will be in a rapid wash, so that's where I'm going, guys, alright? So, there you go. The other function is extra dry, but you can't use it in rapid wash, it seems. I can use the mildew thing, but that's it. These ones are special ones of their own. They are programs really. That's for fruit, if you want a hot fruit wash. That's a cold fruit wash. There's the baby bottle thing. I think that's the highest hot water of the lot of them. 155 as well. And this one you can actually add steam to things. And I can even add to the rapid wash. Steam. I guess it has steam, but I'm not sure when. I guess at the start, but yeah, it does because it takes a while longer at the start. There's your start and your pause button. You can pause during the wash to put something else in and it'll start up again. Or you can even just open it when it's washing and it'll stop. And you close it, it'll go back on again. We're all set for rapid wash, program 3. I've added steam now, I'll take the steam out. So it's just a normal, 29 minutes, let's go. It's filling up here, that's a cold fill, remember, that's cold water. 5 litres. Still filling, light's still on. Let the party commence. First it chucks out any water, residual water. Now it's pouring stuff into the actual place. The light goes out after about 2 or 3 minutes once it starts. We're in dark mode, guys, dark mode. I don't know what that means either. More water pouring. Comes in that side there, it seems, on the left. Ah, we missed it. I was just about to go there as well. Is that exciting? So you can see how strong this sprinkler is. Anything that hits is definitely going to give a good wash. I can stop it anytime, although you can get sprayed a bit when you do that, but as long as that's flashing the coal on, it'll go on itself automatically. If it's not flashing, you'll need to press the start button. I got the light back on, guys, because I opened it. The light came back on, so now we can have panoramic view. The sprinkler above does more than I thought. It looks, I can't really tell, but it looks like it's doing a lot more than 5%. No, it is actually, I can see the, yeah, it's only doing about 5%, I reckon. Maybe 10%. I'm on pause. I'm back on. It's the one at the top that I'm fascinated about now. Everyone get a dishwasher anyway, that's my message. The detergent's totally gone now, I think, or almost. Only 8 minutes gone. I would probably get a W3 now, but one thing I'd really miss is this glass window, because it's just so good, because if something falls over or something you can see and you can fix it. I would have thought that all the dishwashers would be going for windows now, but it doesn't seem that way so far. I've just paused it a few times. Sometimes when it's coming back on, it takes a while for it to start up, but don't worry, it seems to start up anyway. I don't know what's causing it, maybe it's some sort of safety device, but it'll start up. There it goes. Here's the sort of arrangement they suggest. It's a real struggle, you know, it's like Jenga or something when you're putting stuff in, but you'll probably adapt and get by. But pots and pans and that are really out of the question, really. Frying pan. Although I can get my dishwasher basket in, but mine's is a tabletop. Oh, what am I talking about? No, my air fryer. It's a bit all over and it's going in the sink. And now I'll do the rinse. I'm amazed at the temperatures they get up to. I mean, you can really feel it. I mean, that rinse is getting up to 72 degrees. The wash is 50 degrees. So looking at a wash, it's 50 degrees usually. And then for rinse, sometimes it's getting up to 70 degrees. We're on rapid here. So the rinse is 60 degrees. Let the rinse begin. But I don't think I would reach that heat with using a dishwasher, using a basin. The Cookology site says reckons that you probably save water using this dishwasher because it's only 5 litres. And I would agree with him. Apart from those little tiny basins, little round ones, I think 5 litres is probably less. Definitely what I used to use, but I used quite a big basin. Here's the energy I used for the rapid wash. 440 watts, and then a second time it was 437 watts. And back then it was 10 pence, so it wouldn't be that anymore, it would be like 20 pence in Britain because we're in our highest price ever and we're in a crisis. But yeah, you're talking about 20 pence a rapid wash or something at the moment. But you know, even compared to that, usually for washing my dishes in the basin I would use the gas boiler, so I don't know how it compares to electricity, but it wouldn't surprise me if once again it was maybe just the same price or a bit cheaper, I don't know. I used one of these in a plug to calculate. The booklet says 350 watts for the rapid, but I was about 440. Maybe I was using steam, I can't remember, but I don't think so. They must rinse it twice, or else washes it twice, I don't know. Look, there's the programs there. Look in G shall find. This is actually the black one, even though you'd think it was the white because of that. It's going by this. And Cookology, yeah, there's only seems to be one supplier in the UK, but I feel I've seen this in the US and Germany when I've been looking around. Not called Cookology, so I don't know if they're all sourcing, you know, from the same company, maybe from China, or if they all make their own and they all happen to look very much alike. But this is a Cookology brand in Britain, and from what I've seen, it's only Wright Buy that seems to supply Cookology stuff. I thought you could maybe get this in Argos and that, but when I looked I couldn't see it. I can only see it in Amazon, eBay and the Cookology site, and I think on Wright Buy as well. That's when I bought it last year. Last year, 2021, it cost me about £195 in a sale. At that time the regular price was about £225. I see they've went up a lot this year, and talking in November, at the moment it's on sale at around about £239 on the Cookology site, £240 I think it is. But usually it's about £269. So that's quite a jump over the year, but it looks as if all dishwashers have really jumped up in price over the last year. Like I say, this wash is fine, but I would probably look at the W3 now, and I think most people should probably consider the W3, mainly because there's another 4 centimetres in height, which means you can get a regular dinner plate upright in. But this does fine if you're still determined to get this one, but don't quote me on the W3 because I actually haven't seen one in action. But the W3, I think also, this comes down a little bit when it's finished, which lets us steam it. This one doesn't do that, but it doesn't have a window, and a window's a great thing. But Cookology does a lot of other ones, you know, 5-place, and I really wonder about them. I'm still not sure if you can get a regular dinner plate in, but to have as much space would be fantastic, you know. So this one's fine if you're determined to get it, but I would probably go for the W3 now, unless there was anything that put me off it, you know. As long as it can fit a dinner plate in, I think that's what most people are looking for out of these tabletop ones. And of course there's other brands. I think I saw the Curry's last year had one for about £180, but I'm still not sure to get a dinner plate in. It was wide, but I don't know if it was any higher, maybe even, but this will clean anything that it can hit. So from that point of view, it's a winner. I think my piece of cover was the only thing that was really dirty, so it's totally cleaned up. Whatever you do, get a dishwasher. It's as essential as a washing machine. To think old ladies are washing their dishes, it makes me want to cry really. It's barbaric. My dishwasher tablet completely gone. There's my 4.3 litre air fryer. Fits easily. Quite a big pot with two handles. Here, it's gone in. I would even consider a freestanding compact one now that I know how to connect the autofill, you know. At first I thought you had to saw into the pipe, but now I know you just need a T-valve really. But I know a lot of people want manual, that's why I got this as well. But then after a while with manual, well personally I just switched to autofill because I found out it was easier than I expected. I didn't have to saw the pipe. So I would look at the Cookology website. It's a lot better the website than it was last year. I mean I struggled to find out about that dishwasher, the plate conundrum, dinner plate conundrum, because I think that's the thing that most people want to know. But for most people, you know, one or two people, maybe even two people, it'd be a struggle, but for one person, this is, I think you'll adapt and cope. To be liberated from doing the dishes is, I can't describe how fantastic it is. It causes depression, I think. If I was Prime Minister, it would be free dishwashers for all pensioners. So, because it's so barbaric to have to do the dishes. I don't think I've done a dish since then. So, yeah, I recommend it. For some reason this is the same info twice. Don't know. Yeah, it's up to you guys. I've done all I can do. This is taking me hours. Yeah, at first I used to worry it might break because I didn't take care of it, but now I don't think I've even cleaned it since and it's still going. Nothing seems to break really. Whatever you do, get a dishwasher. If you're determined to get this one, it works fine. I would probably go for the W3 now, the 3-place. I think it's the same size except height. It's got another 4 centimetres or something. Or so people have been saying. I'm not sure if that's the internal height that you really need. So I don't think it told you that info on the website. The Cookology website is very good. And I think the W3 is normally the same price. I don't know whether this is last year's model and they do a new model every year, because I saw another one that's got a different code name and I don't know whether that's the new version, the 2022 version or what's going on. But if you get this you'll be happy, except for the dinner plate issue, and it's a tight space, but as for washing, it washes fine. So it's up to you, get whatever you want. But this one, for washing, it's fine. In this video I keep saying the W3 is 4 centimetres higher, but the Cookology website says it's 3 centimetres higher. So each time I say 4 centimetres, I actually mean 3 centimetres. I'm talking about height. The W3 is 46.5 centimetres high.